What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown Podcast. We have a new, very different kind of take on what we're going to do here from on out. So Jeff, Evan, and I have this really neat idea, and no, we did not steal it from another friend, but we have this idea where we want to help the community ourselves. We want to basically enlighten everybody else on up and coming streamers who have spent their time on Twitch, and you want to get to learn and know a little bit more about them. So on this week's episode of the Rundown Retrospect, we're going to take time of our day to introduce and talk with none other than Southpaw. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Doing? I've been working all Black Friday weekend. This is the first beer I've had in a few days, so
same, man. Me too. Same. How was it for you?
Busy. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, this year was a lot different just because of we started our Black Friday sales a lot early.
Right.
For the backstory, I work for a company that's owned by Best Buy.
Right.
But so we didn't get the droves of people like we usually do.
Mm-hmm.
We were maxed out at like 250 people in the store, so it almost felt like just like a busy Saturday. So it was different. But
dude, it's so funny you said that because we were literally saying that same thing on the sales floor. It's like it's just a busy Saturday.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That's what it was.
And the fact that it was like just the worst part is that we worked 12-hour days.
Okay.
For 3 days straight. So that was the tired part. Was just working those ridiculous hours. That's all.
Right.
But other than that, it was simple.
Fuck yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, the way the Rundown Retrospect works is we're going to take a streamer that we really like, and we just want to get to know more about them. We want to learn who they are, why they stream, what they do stream, what kind of games they like. And you know what? If you have any questions, please take time and ask yourself. We'll be more than happy to know. So, Southpaw, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Who are you? Where are you from? Like, why do you game? Like, what's your story, bro?
Right. So,
do you hang left or right?
Well, I was only born with my left hand.
Whoa!
So I definitely hang towards the left.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. I grew up there until about 18, and then I kind of traveled around to Vancouver, Canada, Braunfels, Texas, Nolens, Louisiana. I've been to Buffalo, New York, and now I'm in Albany, New York. So I was the kind of person that just took opportunity at hand, no pun intended. So basically when it presented itself, I just kind of ran with it. Grew up playing soccer my entire life, but backstory on the gaming aspect was the very first game I ever played all the way through was Final Fantasy VII. I played on the Nintendo, I played on the Sega Genesis, things like that, right? But the first game I ever made me fall in love with it was Final Fantasy VII, which of course I did the new one playthrough with it. But kind of grew from there. I was a console player my entire life, using a controller. And one reason was I never thought I could keyboard and mouse. Second reason was PCs are fucking expensive. So there's that for you.
Yeah.
But I ended up, the girlfriend, Taylor, who was supposed to be on here, but unfortunately she has a headache and needed to lay down for a bit. But one day she kind of told me, she's like, you have the personality of a streamer, you should try it out. And I was like, well, I can't keyboard and mouse. So for the first couple games, I basically just used a controller or a program to remap it. Then Valorant came out, and you can't use a controller for it. And since then, I've been doing keyboard and mouse pretty well for a one-handed guy, if I must say. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that. I work for a company. What's that?
It's one of my favorite things about your stream is you have the camera situated so people can actually see you gaming.
Yeah, of course. And I'm saving up to get a DSLR so I could just have a better face cam. But then essentially, I kind of want to point it down like this so you can actually see everything that I do. Like that, I want to have a secondary cam for that reason. I know you guys can't see it, but basically I want to point it down to actually show how I actually game, and my keybinds are fucked. Let's just start there. But basically from that, and then I guess the background too is that I work for a company owned by Best Buy. Michael works for Best Buy over here, but it's called Magnolia Design Center. I basically designed high-end audio solutions for people, custom projector rooms, home automation, higher-end networking. So the fact that I work there kind of gets me in the door for getting PC parts, which made it a little bit easier to buy all this stuff at the end of the day. But I have 2 dogs, Stormpot and Danny Doggo, and then I have a cat named Jasper, and then I have a girlfriend. I like how I said her last. I have a girlfriend too named Taylor, who's the whole reason I got into streaming, like I said. But that's kind of a little backstory on who I am and where I came from.
Hell yeah, dude!
Awesome.
I wanna touch back just real quick on, and I know we'll get on this more as we dive into you and your gaming history. But can you tell us a little bit more about your up and coming of trying to game with essentially one hand and a nub, like.
I feel like you could have just said one hand.
I know. I don't want to throw the nub at it. He calls it a nub. I want to call it a nub too.
Let's go back even further.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
growing up, I was when you told me I couldn't do something because I have one hand, I gave the big, real middle finger and then like the imaginary middle finger to you, and basically did like, for example, like there's 4 of us cousins that are in close relation, about 2 years max separation from oldest to youngest.
Okay.
I was the first one to learn how to actually tie my shoes because I wanted to like one up them type of thing, right? So as I grew up, like you told me I couldn't do something, boom, I'm gonna learn how to do it.
More drive.
Yeah, I could cut a steak, believe it or not, but it just takes a little bit longer for me. But like that's just kind of how I am. So it kind of developed into this, the transition from controller to keyboard and mouse. And mind you, there's still some games I prefer on a controller, but like I said, Valorant, when that big thing came out, I used a program that was called RAWASD that I could basically remap the controller with any keybinds.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was if I turned the sensitivity down too low, then it took me like 12 hours to turn a corner. But if I turned it up too high because there's no aim assist because the game didn't allocate that for it, I would just totally miss the target. So finally, it actually started with a couple beers, and Taylor said, "Fuck it, quit complaining, just try keyboard and mouse." And I just tried it, and it started working. And then now when I go back to a first-person shooter with a controller, I can't hit shit.
Wow.
And that's kind of how the transition was super sudden. Like it only happened. We're in November. It only happened in March. Yeah, March. So I haven't been doing keyboard and mouse for that long compared to all the gamers that you run into that have later streamers that have been playing keyboard and mouse their entire life, or there's some of these scuff gamers who still use a PlayStation and a PC to stream. We're not pointing any fingers, but neither here nor there.
I'll see myself out.
But basically, it's just the will and the determination. Like Tosca actually put me into a group chat today with 2 other members inside of Team Tosca that have one hand. And the very first question out of one of them was, "Bro, I don't understand how you keyboard and mouse. I have one hand and can never figure it out. I can only use a controller." He asked me how, and I said pure determination. And that's basically like my backstory on why I push myself to do as much as I can with it, because I just don't take the word no.
I love that. I think the big part of that is it's determination. When somebody said no, you were determined to figure it out and do it. No, I think that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to say, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I was just watching you in the last couple months that I've known you has actually just been really incredible, and to actually know your backstory a little bit more now. You've only been streaming since March, so like, and if you look at it, all the people in the Discord are relatively new streamers. Like Tosca himself's only been doing it for 6 months. You know what I mean? But like, you have taken this and you have actually made it your brand, which is incredible. Because that's like the biggest fuck you to the people that say no. And you're one of the better gamers that I've seen. You play better games with one hand than most people do it too.
Okay, let's not bring zombies into this. It was your first game. You went down 54 times. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Can we get him in a custom gun game match?
Oh shit! Yeah, we can do that.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, now I'm nervous. You guys just all planned something to attack me. Hey, let's bring this guy on. He doesn't know what's about to happen.
No, the only person, honestly, the
to
only person to
attack
be afraid of is Evan. That's the only person I know to be afraid of right now.
So, hold on 1 second. Sorry to segue real quick, but I bring Evan into Valorant, right?
Mhm.
Mind you, this guy is asking questions every 24 seconds. Like, wait, that's there too? That's there too? But tell me why he has probably the best just natural aim.
Hands down.
Joining a first-person shooter.
Hands down.
First of all, I resent that comment. Don't say hand, say hand.
Oh, sorry.
But at the same point, like Evan jumped in there and complaining, but he was out fragging all of us.
Yeah.
So I gotta give props to Evan for just having this natural ability for when it comes to
Thank you.
FPS.
Believe it or not, I've only been doing mouse and keyboard for like, what, 3 or 4 months maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just got that natural ability then, man.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Alright. Sorry to lead the interview.
No, you're fine. So let's again let's take this further back. When did you get into gaming? I mean, was it the N64, Nintendo? I mean, Super Mario like the rest of us?
Do you guys know what the 3DO is? With Gex?
Yeah, I do.
That was the very first console I ever played.
That was
Very first one.
that was Canadian.
then-
Was that Canadian or Japan? No, that was Canadian, wasn't it?
I don't remember exactly what it was. I was like
Okay.
4 or 5 when I played it, to tell you
Mhm.
the truth. But then obviously,
it's Canadian.
oh yeah, there, bud. But anyways, so and then of course I played Nintendo. Then I had an SNES, Super Mario Brothers World 3, all that fun jazz, Super Mario All Stars. Then PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, then PlayStation 4, and then PC.
Was there a certain game that got you into gaming and made you become,
Final
hey,
Fantasy VII, man.
that was the game.
Like, not even a.
So how did you feel after you saw the remaster come out? Like, what did that do to you?
I was like a kid in a candy shop. That they were somehow remaking the Jawbreaker. I don't know. Like I was like Ed, and Eddie fighting Jawbreaker 2.0. All right, that's for us old heads to understand that reference. But that's kind of how it was for me. But I didn't look anything into the game. I wanted it all to be a surprise, so I didn't look up everything. I didn't have any sneak peeks. All I knew about was the release date getting pushed back, right? Because I wanted to be I don't want to have any biased thought to it.
Right.
So I played through it. Now, mind you, it had some differences, obviously, but somehow it always tied it back. Like there was like a separate storyline that it went off on, but it was a detour and it pulled it back to the main storyline every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because I didn't do any research, my dumbass also didn't know that this was episode 1. So when I got to the end of the game and realized it wasn't the whole game, I was a little sad, a little disappointed on it because I hid that from myself. But then that's when I went back and read everything. But personally, I think it was a fantastic gameplay, the way they did everything. How they took some of the little side missions and expanded upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, getting the dresses, how you could get the different variances, just every bit of it was a fun experience to play through. And I've been thinking about actually doing that, the replay on it again here pretty soon, just to give me something else to play on, like on my Mondays, Tuesdays, days off, where I have like that midday lull where I don't feel like I really want to play FPSs, jump into a game like that and replay again.
No. I'm just really impressed with our buddy Southpaw here, just how well he's embraced everything and how far he's come. You're at, what, 800 followers, something like that?
778 according to the tracker.
All right, yeah, let's just call it 8.
Yeah.
And that's in 6 months. So like, if anybody in chat's watching this, and you're
that's a little bit of credit. Let's say almost 9 months now.
okay,
Because it was
all right.
in March and we're almost to December.
I got you. So if anybody's in chat that's like concerned about how well they're doing on Twitch, just know that like you just keep pushing and grind it and do everything that you can to make it yours if this is what you want to do. And Southpaw here is a fucking living testimony that you will get there. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Now get your dick out of my mouth so we can go on to the next question.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and add to that. As far as affiliate went for me, I did get affiliate rather quick. I know now that's a whole other topic that we can talk about later, about the whole ability to buy it now. But I got affiliate in about a month and a half, and it's because Taylor actually had like a buddy that's like averages like 200-300 viewers, and he rated me a couple times to get me to it because Taylor was already in with that idea with it. And honestly, all it takes is that one bigger streamer to view you and like you and just hit you with a couple of those. And like, that's easy to take off. You just have to run with it. And that's pretty much how it came with me. Now, as far as the ability to buy it, I don't know how I feel about that, but
I don't like it.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, I think it's dumb, especially since like we've all earned it, and Michael's doing it legit too. Like unfortunately, you haven't hit it yet, but like you're doing it the same way that we've all done it. So
Yeah, I've got. I'm at 59 or 60 now. My average is like 2.5, I believe, is what it was.
Which I mean, you're right there. Literally, all it takes is one long stream with enough viewers. You got it.
Yeah.
Or like the 2-hour stream with like 15 people.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious on how you've been. I don't know if I want to use the word perceived or affected by the streaming community itself, but I would imagine, it's been fairly straightforward with you. I mean, not a whole lot of hard ups and downs for you, right?
No. I mean, to tell you the truth, anybody who's played with me knows that I make jokes all the time. Like when we're just destroying the other team, I'm like, thanks for taking it easy on me. I was born with one hand.
Right.
Like, I'll play, like I embrace who I am to the max at the end of it. And not that I'm like throwing shots, but I'm throwing shots at the other team. And then I always like post like, hey, if you want to check me out, here's my stream, type thing. And most of the time, like, I'll get that one salty guy who just wants to say all the worst things about me in the world, but I'm like, bro, I was born this way. I've heard this shit literally since second grade.
I was born this way.
Like,
Lady Gaga.
Maybelline.
But as far as the most part, like most people join the stream and like, holy shit, this is awesome. Which I know, like I said, there's a couple other people out there that are part of the community. I know there's more out there that actually have a quote unquote disability. I never thought of myself that way.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a disability, right? So there are multiple people out there that have been through that situation or still striving that just never really thought of it. I mean, you grasp it, you capture it, you make it who you are. You grab that band or that brand, sorry for it. Because I mean, we all know that Jeff loves the mustache and rolls with it super hard. Which, by the way, if he gets to 150 followers, he has to make it.
How far are you away?
8 away.
8 away.
All right, you better follow through that.
No, I will.
Oh, no.
I know we're gonna hit it before the end of the year. I just gotta plan it accordingly.
Right.
It's not like I can like sit there and wait for that 150th follower and then like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. Just like everyone else here, we all have full-time jobs, so like I have to like make sure I'm good. And then like the sad thing is, there's 2 ways this is gonna have to happen. Either way, you're gonna get a pink mustache for 2 days. You're getting a live or a Twitch stream and a podcast with a mustache. But then either I got to figure out how to dye it back, or it's got to come off. So that's.
Or you just run with it.
I can't have a job.
Yeah.
Literally, you go in there, right? But here's the kicker. Okay, I'm gonna see if you guys are on board with this, right? You can get Twitch on your phone. You can live stream it. You tell us what time you work, at what time you stream it, and we want to witness then tell you to go home to shave it off. That's what we want to see happen. Right? He's gonna take one step in, go home and shave. All righty then. And he goes, well, this is my shortest stream ever.
That's right. Hey, do you guys want to hop in my stream, watch me get fired live? Fucking tune in 9:30 a.m.
So you're 700-800 followers in. What's your next goal? What goals do you have planned out for yourself going forward?
I mean, obviously everyone wants that 1K goal, right? Which I'm very supportive of all the follows that I do get. But like the big goal is I average, like I'm right at 9 average viewers, right? I want to break that double-digit follow. As much as I appreciate the subs, that's not everything. Like I want to make it enjoyable for people. Like I want people to come in and have a good time. I also want to bring that, like, for anybody that has that adversity, such like me, because I have the very distinct difference about me than to others. To tell them like it's okay, you can make it happen, things like that. I just I want to grow. In all honesty, I don't know if I personally would ever want to. If it ever got to the point of full time, sure, I'd run with it. But I don't know if I would ever. I don't know if that's my goal. In essence, like I don't know if I'd ever be disappointed if I never got to that point. But if it happened, I'd be totally okay with it too.
Right.
But that's kind of like my main goal.
More
right
of
now.
it's like a passive thing for you, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like I have fun when I do it. It's all jokes and fun. Being able to capture what I do, be able to like have my loyal followers that actually clip. There's a guy in mind, Huntsman, which I'm pretty sure you guys are all familiar about, but he's called the Clip Maestro because the guy comes with the best titles for any of the clips that he does, and it's fantastic. So it's great to have a following, great to have a community that actually enjoys your presence, and the fact that we all have this like interconnected community between us with Team Tosca, which is a great idea, is super awesome. And like I said, average of 10 viewers, and obviously I want to hit the 1K follower mark, but we'll see.
No, hell yeah, I think that's great. Well, I want to get into some rapid fire questions here. Kind of put you on the spot a little bit.
Sorry. In my chat, I gotta mention my 3 sons, Sharky, Vibrant, and Microwave. These are another 3 guys that always play with me, but they're like 15, 16, and I'm 31, so like they have deemed themselves my sons, and they're acting like little children right now because they're not getting attention, and they're talking in my stream saying, "Hey, why not about your children? You talked about Huntsman, your Clip Meister." So I just had to interject that real quick so that they don't get mad at me.
Didn't we play Prop and Seek with Sharky?
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm.
which if you guys haven't played Prop and Seek yet, it's absolutely insane.
Hell yeah.
The most fun, dumb games you can play.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
great
free,
for a
right?
family game night. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's free. It's a quick download. But yeah, you basically just you got 1 or 2 hunters depending on how many people you have in the party, and then everyone else can pick a prop, and then you just go. It's hide and seek. Like, so if you want to be a trash can, you can be a trash can, and then you move yourself to the corner of the street or wherever you think a trash can might be, and then they have to walk around and find you. It's a super fun, like,
Not on the roof.
yeah, it's a mindless game. So we all highly recommend it. We had a lot of fun with it.
I ever played Prop Hunt and Call of Duty? It's the same exact thing, but that's all you do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no like tryhards in it. It's literally just all stupid fun with each other.
Yeah, we highly recommend private parties, but whatever happens.
The best in the game is when you become the water tower, which is literally a massive object that covers 3/4 of any map, and you don't get found. I think that's the biggest win.
Didn't that happen for you?
Yeah, twice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, how do they not know about this giant ass water tower in the middle of the map? Like, it wasn't here 5 minutes ago.
One of the funniest things was we were on that one map. There was a bunch of cars there, and then I forget who it was, but like 2 different people were the car, and they were just like, yeah, I was on the road, and I was like, fuck, dude.
Yep.
So I just went around shooting cars the whole time. But yeah, dude. All right, yeah. So let's hit them with those rapid fires. Let's do it.
Okay, so on the last podcast, Jeff, Evan, Joker, and I, we all answered these. So I figured maybe why don't we get your input on them? We know your favorite game is, of course, Final Fantasy VII. What was the last game that made you cry? Cry, choked up, tears were forming. Maybe they didn't come down, but they were there.
Bro, I don't know.
Beefy says The Last of Us. Yeah, that was 2 out of the 4 from the last one. So you can't pick Last of Us now, Southpaw.
Oh man.
Mary Kate and Ashley Magic Mystery Mall.
That's tough. Like I don't know. I think the only one that I've really been, the only game that's ever made me sad was Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
But Eris didn't even die. Like I'm going back years when
Right.
actually, okay, let me take that back. I replayed Final Fantasy VII about a month before the new one came out, and I still got super sad when Eris died.
Right.
So I don't know. I Last of Us didn't really make me cry. Am I a terrible person for that?
I mean, like, I had
That opening sequence didn't choke you up?
When he lost his daughter?
No. Like I'm sorry. I'm terrible. The thing is like if a dog dies, I'm more choked up than if a CGI person died. Like it can be a CGI dog and I'm gonna cry. Like not the dog, like type thing, but not really. I don't know. Maybe I'm heartless or whatever. But when Eric died, I was sad.
I was pretty sad when my fucking horse died in Red Dead.
Yeah, that was actually a sad moment.
I got really sad.
He's like,
I didn't play. I didn't play Red Dead.
You didn't play Red Dead?
No.
Oh man, it's so good.
What was the game you thought you liked but you actually hated?
Valorant. No, in all honesty, I don't know. Zelda, I love too. Probably Titanfall.
Oh, okay, nice.
The first or second one?
The first one was alright. The second one, the reason was because the first one was straightforward. This is what the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
Titanfall 2 came out and they tried to add like these extra little things to it that I just didn't really enjoy, and I thought I was gonna like it, and I absolutely hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun with Titanfall 2.
Yeah, we played a lot.
I'm getting so much rebuttal right now in my chat because I said that, but hey,
I
mean,
like
what I like.
campaign to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing about gaming too, right? It's like people hate on each other so much for playing different games or whatever, but it's like, dude, at the end of the day, play what the fuck you want. Like, it's your house, it's your PlayStation or PC or whatever. Yeah, fuck you. Like, you're here, you're watching me, so like, I'm gonna play what I want.
There you go.
Yeah.
What else you got for me?
If you had to marry the last video character that you played as, who would it be?
Tifa. Final Fantasy VII.
Yep. Damn, everything's gonna come back to Final Fantasy VII.
No. That's fine because. All right, if we want to take it away, if they're out, right?
Right.
It would have to be Widow from Overwatch.
Oh, okay. All right.
Widow kind of thick, and she takes no shit.
No.
So, like, hey man, that you talk shit, and they'd be dead tomorrow. So I'd be good.
All right. You're a music dude, right? You big. I know Taylor is, right? You are too, I would imagine. Big into music.
A little bit.
Favorite video game soundtrack, or who had the best soundtrack in a video game? Excuse me.
Square Enix says Final Fantasy VII.
No. No. The Division.
There's music in that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. There's music in that.
Yeah.
All right, something more. Now, when you ask this, could it just be any of the music inside of it, or are you talking about like actual like tracks?
Well, like for
I
me,
had one for each.
Because personally, my favorite like music that's inside of there would have to be
I agree with
that. Rogue Company.
Oh yeah, that's actually really fun.
That has some dope intro music to it, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
so like mine was Need for Speed Underground, and Evans was Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okay. If you have like a game that you can actually pick, like what track you want to listen to at certain times, it'd probably be the third one in Tony Hawk, or Need for Speed 3.
Oh, there's a kitty.
Like you can actually pick through it. Now, as far as like the bangers, I think some of the best ones that have songs that like don't actually exist is like Grand Theft Auto. Has
Right.
Some of the best music inside of it that's like not actually like any music you can like go buy a track for, but they always have like bangers running on it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be another.
Question about that though.
Pirate shanties from Black Flag.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay.
So question though, are the songs inside Grand Theft Auto 5, are those DMCA? Like, can you get a DMCA strike off those?
Well, no, because it's in the game. They're no like like I'm listening to music right now off of something called not to promote, but something called Soundstripe, right? That has complete free DMCA. It's kind of like the idea of the music was copyrighted for the game, so if you're playing the game, it's part of it. It's just entity, because otherwise, like imagine this: you're playing the game and music's playing, you have 5 people inside of there, but only one person bought the game. It's kind of like that same concept, so it's not DMCA.
Okay, cool deal. Because I know like that we were talking on the episode a few minutes ago that Evan actually brought up that the Cyberpunk's actually doing streamer mode, so like it's going to take out some of the songs that could possibly cause a strike or get you muted.
Wait. So that brings another question. Like Dave Mira.
I remember being BFCM, yeah.
Like if you play that and it has Sublime in it, do you get DMCA'd?
So yeah, I wonder because I went to like the bathroom or some shit, and I had Call of Duty Modern Warfare just up, and it was playing the music from the lobby, and I saw the video a few days after I'd streamed it, and blocks of my video have been taken out from when I was just sitting in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
So they're starting to crack down on it, and that's why they came out with the streamer.
I think it's like a bot that listens. Like I tried to upload a video to Instagram that had a background song on it, and they said they couldn't upload it because it was copyrighted music. So I wonder if it's just a bot, because I guarantee if anybody actually came to you and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do something about it," you'd be like, "Dude, it's part of the game. Like, what do you want me to do?" And I feel like you would get out of it. But I think it's just a preventative measure that a bot does.
Yeah, it's because I've been seeing a lot of like random bots in my chat, like under the users tab, that aren't the usual people that show up to my stream, and they have like really weird names too. So I'm 100% sure that what you said is right. Like there's like Twitch is just putting random bots in there just to make sure you're not doing that shit.
They're like Shazam bots that just listen to the music and try to pick up on it.
Can I pull back my previous statement? Not the Division, but the original Watch Dogs. Sorry.
Yes, yes, hands down.
There you go.
Yeah.
The soundtrack on the newest Watch Dogs
Because
is
the
fantastic.
Division didn't have any music, and I got it confused with Watch Dogs. So, Watch Dog, I just want to make that.
Okay, so I wasn't tripping then. All right.
Oh no, they have music. They don't have like real music. They have like game.
It's not the one I was thinking of.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, so I've been playing Valhalla pretty hard the last couple of days, and I've realized that when you're on your long ship, that you can choose like songs, and it's not songs that they sing, it's like the background like epic kind of music or whatever. That was super cool. So hopefully that's not a thing.
I'm just gonna bitch about that game for a quick second, just like I bitched to you guys at that one night. No matter how many times I load the game to that specific point, I get stuck and can't move. At some point, I'll go back and play it to see if I can get past this part, because I've spent 6 hours on it. But every single time I load into the game, I get to a point that I literally can't move. Like it does to a cutscene and then loads up for me, and I can't move inside of it. Period.
Yeah.
So at some point I'll restart the game, but I had 6 hours into it, and the wound is still fresh, so I'm probably not going to replay.
Yeah, it did that to me today. Like I wasn't even streaming or anything. I was just chilling, passing some time, and I went to go assassinate a guy, and like assassinated him, and then the screen went black. Like it was getting ready to cut to a cutscene, I think, and then it just stopped. I was like, oh, no.
And I was on PlayStation.
Yeah, so it's in the game file. It has nothing to do with the console you're on. They have to patch it.
I haven't
Yeah.
had that problem at all.
So
Lucky you.
Yeah.
how do you continue? So looking at your role as a streamer, how do you continue to learn in order to stay on top of things?
Honestly, the biggest thing is if you're a streamer and don't watch other streams, you're missing out. I'm going to say that right now. Like, for these streamers that just constantly just get on and just stream, like during the day when I'm at work, that's when I get my time to actually do it, because I work so many hours. Like, when I'm sitting down there doing paperwork, I'll watch the stream, see what's new coming out, see how people interact. Because I'll tell you what right now, and Michael can attest to this, the best salesman, and so can Jeff, because, hey, he's a salesman as well. The best salesmen have stolen tactics from other salesmen, and that's how you get better. You see what works, and you make it your own, right? And that's kind of the idea when it comes to streamers, from people that they just want to start out. Watching other streams and not necessarily biting on somebody's particular idea that they do, but kind of take what they do and make it your own, will make it entertaining for others, because, hey, it works. The person that has 100 average viewers is because they're doing something right.
Right.
So,
or they got big titties.
Well, we're not going to talk about that because she's here. But
It's a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Trust me. Because actually, my cousin is Casey Tron, who was like one of the very first originals. Titties, whatever. Bleh, fucking weird to say, but neither here nor there. Honestly, to stay on top of it is watching other streamers, seeing how other people interact with it, and getting in there and being a part of it. Because, like I said, you never know that one streamer that you're going to catch their attention, and they're going to be like, "Hey, I'm about to raid. Oh, let's raid this person. They were in my stream the other day, right?" To tell you the truth, to grow big, I hate to say it, but it's a lot of chance too. I mean, as it is like being interactive and entertaining and talking to other people, like sometimes chance just happens. You just get that big blow up. I mean, think about, I hate to say this, but think about Justin Bieber. The only reason he's big is because someone saw him on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someone big saw him on YouTube, right?
Yep.
And then he blew up. So, but just by being persistent, seeing what other people. Okay, hold on. Taylor just said something to my stream that I'm not happy about because she just said jokes on him. He's dating a titty streamer. And I'm not here nor there. But it literally is just that's how I stay on top of it, just by watching others. And I read articles, game forums, things like that to stay with it. But
So
it's hard when you have a full-time job.
no, hands down, you're right. So with that being said, what's one thing you wish you had known when you started all of this? Or even if you could just go back and tell yourself something. What you said, March is when you started this.
I don't know. Hard to say because I'll be honest, I don't know if I have an answer for that because I don't think I've never really lived in regrets personally. Like I've always been that person that's like, here you go, learn from, adapt, and change. You recognize that, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
it's kind of the way of you kind of just learn from experience, just what doesn't work, what does work, and then you kind of make it your own. So I don't think that I really have an answer for that. That's something I would change per se, but maybe hopped on the bandwagon earlier. And I hate to say that.
I like that because I mean, we're all old enough to know, or we were around when all this started. And I think about it because I did it for a long time. I know I probably did it once, twice a week for a whole year. I did it, but I didn't take it seriously. And then to think about that and where, any of us could be where we would be at today. But no, I agree with that 100%.
Because, yeah, I mean, like, I don't mean to call it bandwagon, like you're just hopping on to be part of the group, but it's picked up a lot just because technology has moved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be like, people like, why would you watch that when you could be doing it? And now it's just an instance that it passes time, it's interacting, you see people with it. And more importantly, funny enough, since she brought up COVID part 2, whatever, when COVID hit, it was a big upsurge in streamers because you're sitting at home, you're not doing anything with it. So you just saw like a lot more faces. So I think that's the only thing I would change is like, get into it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's become really saturated in the last, since March, April.
Yeah.
Because that's when we've all started doing it, right? So like now if you look at Twitch, it's just every single person is on there. Like, bro, there's probably more people on Twitch than there are on most social medias.
Oh, hands down, yeah.
Because I mean, like, even working at there, hey, where's your webcams? Hey, where's your gaming keyboard, mouse, da-da-da, because everyone wants to be a streamer. And I'm not here to knock anybody that wants to be a streamer, but to be someone who's successful, you have to put, like, actually kind of like a little bit of you into it.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like, the pastime thing. You can't just hop on the first day and all of a sudden you blow up and become this amazing sensation. No, I mean, you got to, like, I hate to say it, but you had to put money into it to do anything, because like I said, PCs are expensive. Your time is worth something.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have to put any type of money or anything into it like that, then I mean, we wouldn't have, budget guides to streaming and such.
Right.
But with that being said, I mean, would you say that streaming has changed your way of thinking, as far as when it comes to video games or anything like that, or?
Yeah, because of course I was the guy that was like, I don't understand how people play World of Warcraft, blah blah blah, all those type of things because I was a first-person shooter, and now because like sorry, my cat, but like now like I kind of have an acceptance for these different game styles that people play and why they enjoy it, because watching somebody play a game style that you don't like that's entertaining could totally change your mindset on the game, because somehow they made a game that you thought that was boring as hell, and made it entertaining for others to watch. So it's kind of opened my eyes to like the different styles of games, why people become so hard pinned for what they play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say it's kind of broadened the idea of what's out there. Cat.
Evan, we haven't really heard so much from you, man. Is there anything you're curious about?
Not really. No, I'm just kind of hanging out while y'all talking.
I feel like Evan's like on his last bit of fuel, and he has to go to work after this.
He's our moral support. That's why he's here. Everybody brings something to the table. Evan lets me use his house on Sundays. I pay for the equipment and do the editing, and Evan's there for moral support.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't think you've ever been to my house.
Yeah, he meant me.
Yeah. Jeff's house. Yeah. I get their names mixed up all the time.
Who am I?
Well, that's just rude.
That's Michael.
Because I mean, honestly, Jeff has the better mustache. How do you mix them up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't grow this for fucking no reason, dude.
He grew it to made it pink.
You get back to video games here. Is there a game you're waiting on that you're super excited for, or
Wait, do I even have to answer this question?
is it
Valorant 2.
Valorant 2.
You get fucked, both of you.
I was about to say, is there really a Valorant 2 coming out?
No, part 2, Final Fantasy 7. That's the one.
Sorry, son sneeze. Bless you.
Yeah, of course. And then obviously everyone that's been waiting for Cyberpunk 2077 for the past 28,000 years.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be 2078 before it actually comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Honestly,
it's
a
playing
game
with
that we haven't really talked about that I'm excited for whenever it comes out is Dying Light 2.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Dude,
Shit, you're right.
Dying Light was so fun.
Chase says Overwatch 2. Is that a thing? Is Overwatch 2 a thing?
Yeah,
So now
it is.
I'm pretty excited about that, actually.
Yeah, I actually want to jump on that one from the beginning.
I will.
Yeah.
They're doing like a whole campaign too, right?
I'll hop into your guys' streams while you're doing Overwatch.
That's
there
fine.
you go.
And that's support right there, baby.
With thank God 2020 coming to a close, do you have a game of the year for 2020?
Final Fantasy 7.
I know, but I was asking a question, hoping I would get something different, but it's okay.
Okay, Valorant.
Valorant, okay.
I fucking hate that game so fucking much that I love it.
When I watch you play it, I'm just sitting here laughing. Like, why is he doing this to himself?
I guess I'm a masochist.
I love it.
Like,
There's so much angry profanity on your stream
Yeah.
when it comes to that game.
Yeah.
so if you don't like profanity, please don't join into my stream when it says Valorant. But I will let you know if we're winning, you're gonna get about 40 minutes. Sorry, according to Evan, an hour and a half of me not swearing because apparently that's how long each round takes or each
It
match.
takes so long, dude.
It's forever.
Especially if everybody that's playing is good, because everyone's going really slow, and it can take a fucking minute, bro.
That's not. But yeah, no, honestly, Valorant would probably be the second choice just because Final Fantasy 7 was,
Taylor said you had to put your setup in the room with the least amount of drywall since your name is Kyle.
Taylor.
So, as we near the end of our stream here, can you end us with a one of your funniest gaming stories? Being a streamer, I'm sure you've got plenty of them.
Other than Taylor falling over in my chair on stream and then trying to act like it didn't happen was pretty great. So like there's a group of us that we're just idiots. Like we just say the dumbest shit to each other. Like for example, one of my buddies, Sharky, one of the sons, right? He does voices pretty well. Well, he was doing. We were playing with a guy named a wild gazelle and a wild giraffe, but he started just like talking like he was like Steve Irwin, like basically
Oh, that's
dictating
cool.
what they were doing with the Australian accent the entire time, which was pretty fucking hilarious. Then there's times that we make airplane sounds and kind of just jump around the map, being like, I don't know, like as far as the funniest moment, I don't think I really have like a funny moment per se, because the only one that like I said, really stands out is when I shaved my beard. Taylor was sitting in this chair, right? I'm back over here, you know, shaving my beard. I look over and she's literally like half bent over because my chair doesn't go up and down, so it has to be on risers. So it got tipped over halfway, and because she's short, her feet couldn't touch the ground, and she couldn't get out of the chair either. She was just kind of stuck with it, like half tipped over. And I look over at her, and I was like, "You okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So I go back to doing what I'm doing. And she's like, "Actually, I'm not." And I had to come over here to help her out of the chair, but it was on stream. It wasn't even like me or anything, but it was a pretty funny time.
That's great.
I enjoy all the shit talking that I see.
Oh, dude, for sure.
It's fucking great.
Oh no, hell yeah! I tune into a stream. I'm like, I want to see what he's bitching about today.
Yeah. Like in between games, I'll unmute the tab and I'll just sit there and watch for a few minutes of you yelling at somebody, and it's awesome.
So basically, what they're trying to say is that I get a little angry sometimes at people.
I've only played with you once, and that was when we all played Call of Duty, and it was pretty great. It was great.
So believe it or not, right? Call of Duty is the one that I don't really get angry at. Like it's just going from Valorant, which you can't move at all when you're shooting, and literally it's just that you're dead, and because it's almost like a search and destroy, that you have to wait till the next match.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me pissed off when I die because I can't fucking do anything.
Right.
At least in Call of Duty, if I don't play, you know, S&D, I can at least join back and go have fun with it. But recently, I've been actually going positive quite a bit, like on Cold War, so I don't get mad at it. But because Valorant is a ranked competitive, meaning like you move up with it, the thing that pisses me off most is going against Smurfs when you know for a fact that this guy's like a diamond tier or higher.
Right.
I just get mad at that. Also, I hate my dumbass people that play with me that make dumb mistakes. Yeah, that's everyone that's in my stream right now. I'm talking about you.
Can Kyle suck my PP? I'm just kidding.
Favorite movie?
The Shawshank Redemption.
I thought he was about to say Advent Children.
Schindler's List. No, I'm just kidding. The Shawshank Redemption.
Nice.
That one is good.
Favorite band?
Classic rock would probably be Pink Floyd, but newer would be Beartooth.
Beartooth's good. Oh, Kyle says he's making you an emote right now.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see this. All right. What else you got? I'll answer anything.
He will.
Anything.
Favorite actor?
Okay, hold. Why is my mind going blank? Shit. Played in Lawless. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy? Nice.
Hardy, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Somewhere you want to visit before you die?
Ireland.
Nice.
Or Greece.
What the hell are you drinking? That's what I want to know.
It's from the Ithaca Beer Company in Ithaca, New York, called Flower Power. It's an IPA.
Oh, okay, cool. No, number one, I just want to say I appreciate you coming and being a part of the first ever Rundown Retrospect, where we basically take streamers and we want to learn more about them and what gets them TikToking and, you know, streaming and all that good stuff. Where can they find you, Southpaw?
So you can find me on Twitch at X_Southpaw, on Twitter and Instagram at XSouthpawGaming. I do have a TikTok, but I'd rather not reveal that because I rarely update on that. So we're just going to leave that alone. But that's the majority of the time that you can find me and where I'm going to be at most of the time, X_Southpaw on Twitter or Twitch.
There we go.
Twitch.
Hell yeah. No, again, like I said, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you being on here. We learned a lot about you, dude. And for real, like, it's so cool to me. Like, the first time, I think it might have been Tosker, it might have been Jeff, but they were like, yeah, you know, he only has one hand. And I sat and I was just like amazed just being able to watch somebody. Because, you know, of course, I've seen it before, you know, on TV, but not ever actually on stream to where I could actually interact with somebody. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Thanks, man.
No, it really is, and I like, you know, I know you said it's not. You said you yourself don't call it a disability, but
Nah, I'm indie capable. All right.
indie capable. But when you show that, you know, more people can do this by putting more dedication and determination towards what they're doing, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on a lot of gun companies to basically make it possible for other gamers. And when I see you play, I always go back to an article that Jeff and I did with Microsoft coming out with their, you know, basically handicap controller or disability controller, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's cool. And when you have more people in your position that still want to try and still want to play, whether they're colorblind or, you know, whatever the case may be.
Oh, I am too. Hold on, real quick. I'm colorblind, so I turn on colorblind shit on every single game that I ever play.
Bro, what?
Yeah. So all my shit's like. So if you watch me play Valorant, everyone is yellow instead of red. When I play Call of Duty, it's blue yellow because I can't tell red when it's on a green background.
All right, just so you know, you're wearing red. I don't know if you know that or not. Just so you know.
So that's the irony behind it is that my favorite color is red.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't tell it's red. Like if red's next to green, if I stare at it long enough, they start to blend together. Like I can't really tell which color is what.
Right.
But also for any gamer that literally wants just a little better peek, turn to colorblind assist because you will see it better, even if you're not colorblind.
Huh. No, that's super interesting.
So it's just like
I got some red and green right there.
So you put that up there, and I almost wanted to tell you that the larger parts were green and that the rest were red, but then I realized that was the flower part. So then in my head, I told myself that was the red part and the skinnier parts were green because that's how it should be, right? So like that's the thing about colorblindness is that you learn how to tell the colors between each other because of what the object is.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I first saw it as green, but then my mind told myself to see it as red, and then it flopped it. It's weird. It's really weird to explain how colorblindness works for most people because most people just can't understand like how it actually happens.
So it's just basically like you got all like inconvenient disabilities.
Yeah, like not even like a. Okay, hold on. I feel like this is gonna go down a bad direction.
Hold on.
I mean this in a bad way, but it's not like I am like a quadric or a paraplegic, right?
Right.
And nothing against you guys are amazing for what you do, but it really is an inconvenience because here's the fact. When I was a baby, I used to grab for things with my nub, so doctors thought I should have been right-handed. When I played soccer, I was right foot dominant. Usually you're the foot dominant on the hand that you are.
God, I was hoping you would say goalie.
I did play goalie when we were winning. But I also, when I shoot, I'm right eye dominant. And you guys being from the military can understand that usually it's the hand dominant you are is the eye dominant you are, right? Mm-hmm. So anytime like friends or family would go to shoot my gun, they couldn't shoot it because the way that my sights were on it was like, so left shouldered, but right eye dominant. So it was always off just a little bit to get it sighted in for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just inconvenient shit sometimes. I
wanna comment on what Tay said. Anytime we're troubleshooting electronic, he asked me if the color is red, green, or orange.
That's actually pretty true. Tay, what? I need you to come help me. Why? What color is this? It's red. Shit.
Well, I know who's not. If I'm ever trapped near a bomb, I know who's not cutting the wire.
Exactly. But yeah, just kind of different from that. And then I real quick, if I can, I plan on doing a donate or charity stream. So you talked about what made me think of this. You talked about the Microsoft and the way they've adapted foot pedals, so on and so forth, to help out with it. Well, when I was a kid, I was also born without my pectoralis major, my second and third rib.
Mm-hmm.
So the Shriners, great people. They're the guys with the cool little hats that stand out in front of like the Walmarts and stuff to take donations. Well, they paid for my surgery to rebuild my rib cage, taking 2 pieces of cartilage from down here and then rebuilding it up here to make ribs. But it made me think about it because when I was growing up, they would ask me, do you want a hook? Do you want a claw? And as a kid, I was like, no, those are creepy and scary. I don't want that shit. Then they wanted to take like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the people that have like one leg longer than the other.
Yeah.
They have these instruments that actually stretch the bone.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to stretch the bones out to create almost like a crab thing for it. And it freaked me the hell out. And I kept saying no.
Like collar pot.
Yeah. They basically were like trying to do this for me. So I grew up basically saying no to trying to adapt it to make it easier for my life. But in essence, it made me stronger by the times that I did say no. So for all those people out there that are tried to think it's not enough, man, just kind of keep pushing, get through it. Doesn't matter if you have 2 hands, you can see every color under the sun. Doesn't matter, man. Like if you feel like you're not going anywhere, it's not necessarily because you're failing. It's just because you're not just like, give yourself the credit, because when you go into a stream and you almost have like a negative Nancy persona behind it, nobody's going to want to watch that. Go into every stream like, it's new people, new experience with it. You can find things that make people laugh. Like you find a little bit that you do. Like, of course, nice cock. That's Jeff's thing. Everyone loves to say it now because he said it one fucking time and it just kind of ran with it. My shit's give me a hand. All these like little things for it. Evans is I'm going to die. Thank you. Like, it's just all these like little things they have the ability for. And then Michael just likes the fucking turkey suit.
That was for the month of November. You're going to get an elf in a couple of days.
See, okay, let me just rephrase. It's costumes. It's suits. It's not even like cosplay because it doesn't look like stupendous.
Right.
It's just dumb, and that's what he does. So find your niche. Find something to put out there. Find your little traction to, grab foot on someone, because all it literally takes is as you start growing. So have you guys ever went to go raid a random person on stream?
No.
When you go through it, when you go from, lowest to highest, there's countless 0s, 1s, and 2s. But once you get past that, like 3, 4, 5, they start thinning out. So once you get to that point that you can carry average 4 or 5 viewers, you're going to start picking up traction. And that's all it takes. So for the newcomers, for the new people that want to grow bigger, just keep at it, man. That's it. Simple as that. There's no trick to becoming a big streamer.
With that being said, you can catch the Rundown podcast every Tuesday at noon. And sometimes if we can't, depending on our work schedules, we will go live on Sundays. Don't forget, we have 2 more weeks until we do a live stream of the Video Game Awards. And if you have not yet, please go and greasygamer.com and vote on Best Podcast. Maybe so, if you want to.
Maybe an active podcast.
Yeah, one that publishes frequently, at least once or twice a week.
Hey, that's whatever. One that does not discriminate against handicaps.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude, I'm so stoked that you fucking were able to make it. I'm really disappointed Tay couldn't be here.
No, I'm disappointed in her.
Well, that's between y'all. But thank you so much for being on, dude. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Come on, Danny. Hold on. Dog's jumping on my lap. Okay, we're good.
Danny, Storm, hi.
But yes, we will try and do this every couple of weeks or so, as much as we possibly can, because we do have a lot of gaming friends out there, and unfortunately we do not all live close to each other as much as we wish that was possible. But yes, Tay does get her own episode in, which is going to be pretty cool. She will most likely be our first female person on anything that we've ever done, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. Again, thank everybody for being here, and this has been the Rundown Retrospect.
Oh, actually, hey, real quick here, Twizzler. One, you just hang on to your jimmies for 1 second here, buddy.
I don't know. I've tried to end it like 3 times because I don't want Evan to be late for work.
No, because we're gonna do. Jeff just Kanye'd your ass. But, hey, one second. I'm gonna let you finish. But I feel like we should go raid somebody.
I mean, I had planned on it.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. My bad, dude. Let's go ahead.
Okay. So again, this has been the Rundown Retrospect, and we will see y'all next time.